Okay, today we are up on the Temple Mount, and I've never been here before. I have no idea how long this walk is, or what we'll see, or where I'm allowed to film and where not. So, you will learn along with me. A lot of security, so I wanted to get up here. But then, this is the Al-Aqsa Mosque over here. So I'm looking south right now. And then this is looking towards the Mount of Olives from the Temple Mount. It's a very large area. Looks like if your shorts are not long enough to cover your knees or enough of your legs, then they give you a very stylish skirt to wear up here. Okay, this structure is the Al-Aqsa Mosque, built in 702. Let that sink in. And the Dome of the Rock over here, which we'll see closer up, was built in 690 AD. This wide area was surrounded by high walls, and then inside those walls, all the way around in the perimeter, columns and the porticos that we talk about in the Bible that Herod built. He further leveled the top of the mountain to make a lot wider space for the temple, and places for people to meet and study and pray and so on. There's the Mount of Olives that you can see from here. Garden of Gethsemane right there. And here's the Dome of the Rock coming up. Israeli soldiers are here to protect Jewish people who come up to see the Temple Mount. A place for washing the feet for the Muslims. And the Jews had down below many mikvot, the ritual baths where you would dip to be ceremonially clean before coming up into the presence of church. And we often don't even wipe our feet when we come to church. So think about that. So as we're approaching the Dome of the Rock, which is not a mosque, but it covers a very large rock that was a part of the original temple complex, and much more detail I'd have to give you later. There was a couple taking a selfie, and they stood too close together, and I think he put his arm around behind his wife's back, and people said, no, hey, no. I hear this couple up here, they're told to stand apart. Cannot put your arm around someone here. There are people here watching all of that, so. So during the Crusades, during the period of time, about 100 years, when Christians were in charge of Jerusalem, this whole Temple Mount also had Christian churches built on it, and there was a Christian church built where the Al-Aqsa Mosque is now, or was turned into a basilica. And Amr has said that there is still on the Temple Mount a yeah, I'm gonna wait because it might be something I'm not supposed to put online. I'll have to find out in a little bit, and maybe I can tell you privately. Direct message me. So it seems likely, since this is so elevated here, that this area where the Dome of the Rock is where the temple, Solomon's temple, was, and that this wall, this low wall, this elevated space is the dividing line between what was the area for the Gentiles, and then this is the area for the Jews. But you could have tens of thousands of people up here. This is a very large space. And of course, and though there's so much hostility in this place, Paul tells us in Ephesians that Jesus broke down the dividing wall of hostility between the Jews and the Gentiles. And we pray that in Jesus, the walls between Jews and Gentiles, Muslims, Christians, would be broken down as all come to faith in Jesus. So here we're looking to the east and toward the Mount of Olives. That's an Orthodox church there, or Armenian maybe, and the Golden Gate, the Eastern Gate, and then up to the Temple Mount, and the temple itself would have been right here. So we're going to go down here to see the Eastern Gate from the inside instead of the outside. And I'm gonna not video while I do these stairs. So the Golden Gate is not directly down those stairs, not directly opposite the temple. We came over to the north a little bit. Here we are. I can't get over how large this space is. So, not the original stairs, not the original structure necessarily, but where Jesus came from the Mount of Olives to come up to the temple.
The way outside to the Kidron Valley and to the Mount of Olives, to the Garden of Gethsemane. So this is the way that Jesus took always when he came from the Mount of Olives into the temple, in and out. This is the way he took.
So now we're back up on the top of the Temple Mount on the north end. We're going to be going to the Pool of Bethesda a little later when we leave here. So just discussing with one of our tour members how large the original temple would have been. It would have been narrower than this building, but deeper, because it was a rectangle, not an octagon. And it was all the way up against the western wall, where the Holy of Holies, most holy place, would have been up against the western wall and come out this way.
Now you see the cross?
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't know what is this. It's still here. Back. So this time.
So, the big reveal. Armor that says this is here from the Crusaders' time. The basin is in the shape of a cross at the bottom, and it could be a baptismal font that's right here next to the Dome of the Rock. Oh, that's true. So everything here is paved with these stones, flagstones. This one spot here is exposed rock of Mount Moriah. So this is actually the mountain, Mount Moriah itself. So we're leaving the Temple Mount, a place with many mixed feelings. Oh, an enormous place for worship, and believers of three faiths value it very much. But a place of anger, division, upset. We're going back down here to another level, which is back into the area of would have been the area of the Gentiles on the Temple Mount, and then out from the northern gate, which is, I don't remember which gate, what the name of it is, Lion's Gate, I think, maybe. And we will make our way to the Pool of Bethesda. Maybe I'll be able to do another video there. God be with you guys, and it's good to share this trip with you too.